नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बअद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली रब्बि यस्सिर व ला तुअस्सिर व तम्मिम बिल खैर रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा आमीन या रब्बिल आलमीन। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। In our previous classes, in the recognition of a noun, to know the noun, we pointed out some of the points. And from those points, to recognize a noun, one of the most important point is gender. We have learned, we have discussed in our previous classes. After completing gender, we started the number, adadu. In previous classes also we shared, discussed and completed partially and completely the number. After number, we took the third symbol for recognition of a noun was wusat. Wusatul ismu, the capacity of noun, where it was divided into two of the parts, definite and indefinite nouns, nakra and marfa. We divided wusat into two of the parts, nakra and marfa. So nakra, particularly, this is used almost for all the nouns, but most of the nouns are not even nakra. So when we make marfa, definite noun, it is made from nakra or indefinite noun as well. After learning the difference between nakra and marfa, after learning the concept of nakra and marfa, after learning some of the ways, methods of making marfa from nakra, we started the types of marfa, from which ismul alam we completed in our previous classes. After that we started the pronoun. We have reached this topic, the pronoun. Zamair, basically all the pronouns are noun, in the category of nouns. So what is zamir? This is a word in grammar. This is a word which replaces a noun in a sentence, and it covers the repetition of a noun over and over and over again. So the pronoun is the word which is used instead of noun. It is the word which replaces the noun. It is the word which covers, which retains the repetition of a noun, and when we repeat the noun again and again in language, it does not suit in language. So after one or two nouns, after one noun, when the same noun is repeated, we use pronoun instead of that noun. So this is the position of pronoun in grammar. In this connection, Zamair is broadly divided into two of the parts. al-zamirul bariz. Al-zamirul bariz or zamirul mustatir. Zamirul bariz, it is zahir zamir, zahir. And zamirul mustatir is the poshida and khufiya, and khufiya poshida zamir. In English, al zamirul bariz is the prominent, numaya, appeared, and overt pronoun. This is clear, appear, not disappear pronoun, which is seen in written and it is talked in pronunciation or pronounced. Orally it is talked. And when we talk about zamir mustatir, it is latent, covert pronoun. It is not written, it is not spoken, it is not pronounced, and it is hidden, not clear, not appear, hidden pronoun. So broadly these are the two parts of pronoun, zamirul bariz and zamirul mustatir. One is prominent, another is latent. One is overt, another is covert. Means one is zahir and another is poshida or khufiya, which is not even in written or in spoken, neither in written nor in spoken. So one of the example I'm giving you of zamirul mustatir, what this is. Suppose I'm giving you one verb, zahaba. Zahaba means he went. He went. Now here, he, zamir huwa. Huwa, zamir is hidden here in this zahaba. Huwa zamir is hidden here in this zahaba. So if we conjugate this, if we make gardan of this, what would be? Zahaba, zahaba, zahabu, zahabat, zahabata, zahabna, zahabta, zahabtuma, zahabtum, zahabte, zahabtuma, zahabtunna, zahabtu, zahabna. So this is the conjugation is of 14 words, 14 number of set of words, which start from the third person singular, masculine. And zahaba means he went. It is taught always in Arabic language. In English language, when we divide the pronoun into three of the persons, first person, second person, and then third person. First person, I, we, you is the second person, he, she, it, they,
and
third person. So this is the conjugation in English language, but on the contrary, when we start in Arabic, it starts from third person, not from the first person. In this connection, as I gave the example of mustatir, that zahaba, two, because there's dual, tasniya, musanna, in Arabic language, zahabu is the plural, they went, all of them went, and zahaba also they went, but two of them, went, two male masculine men went, two men went. So in this connection, huwa, huma, hum. These pronouns are hidden here in mustatir. In mustatir, hidden here. So later on, when we reach here, we learn all these points, all these ways, all these methods of this zamir mustatir. How is it hidden? How is it hidden, and how is it used? So here we are coming to the bariz. Bariz, the prominent numaya, overt pronoun. So overt pronoun is divided. Also, here we are coming over here. Prominent pronoun is divided into zamir mutasil and zamir munfasil. There are in my previous lecture, I told you that these zamair are divided into 5 of the categories. How many categories?
5 categories.
5 categories. Zamair are divided into 5 of the categories. So how they are divided? Here we baris we divided into 2 of the broad categories: zamir mutasil and zamir munfasil. Now zamir mutasil is further divided. Zamir mutasil is also nominative at the place of rafa, marfu. You know, this is the nominative subjective case, halat fa'ili. At the place of file subject, nominative case is used. But there's little bit difference. I'm just coming to the point. So just keep this point in the mind. Nominative, accusative and genitive. These 3 are the positions, cases. 3 of the positions, 3 of the cases of zamir mutasil. It means zamir mutasil, attached pronoun, joint pronoun. This is mixed, fixed pronoun with other verb or noun. So this fixed pronoun with other verb or noun, which is called attached, not separate. Attached pronoun, mutasil, has got 3 cases: nominative case, accusative case and genitive case. While zamir munfasil, which is detached, separate, not attached. This is not attached. This is separate pronoun. So this detached pronoun has got only 2 of the positions, whether nominative or accusative. 2 of the positions, 2 of the places, 2 of the cases it is used. So one point which I wanted to share, that was mahale rafa. Mahale rafa, mahale nasab, mahale jar. Mahale rafa, mahale nasab, mahale jar. And this term is used when rafa position we don't see in a word. Suppose this munfasil is ana. Ana and ya. Mutakalim.
First persons.
Ana, first person, ana, and first person, ya. Ya is the mutasil, ana is munfasil. But ana, when we see, there's no any rafa. Do you find rafa there?
No.
Do you find rafa here?
No.
So when we don't find, just like Zaidun, just we say Zaidun, there's rafa position.
Yes.
And from this rafa, from this marfu word, marfu kalima, we find that this occupies the place of subject. This occupies the place of subject. So that's why here mahalon rafa, it means the alamat, the symbol, the sign we don't find in the word. Rafa sign, even tanween, even single harakat is not given. We don't find in the word. But yet the word is nominative. Yet the word is nominative. And the same word, when it goes to the place of accusative by changing its position, it is also mahale nasab. Because the same nasab we won't find there. Suppose Zaidan. Zaidan. You know, whenever in a sentence we'll find the position Zaidan, it is mansub. It is not marfu now. Now it is not marfu. It is mansub. And when it is mansub, mean it has a nasab, fatah over the last ending word, it is accusative case. We can't say nasab or fatah ending word, the nominative or the genitive. However, at many places we find the ghair munsarif isim, means which has two of the changings, not jarb changing, majroor halat, majroor case, only we find nasab case, it is divided two of the positions, whether rafa or nasab. Then it comes, however, here I say nominative mahale rafa. Pronouns take place mahale rafa. We won't find tanween, rafa tanween, but yet it will be mahale rafa and mahale nasab and mahale jar. So in all three cases, the mutasil will not be in actual nasab, tanween or harkat position. We won't find. But without this, it will occupy its place as a nominative, as a accusative, as an accusative, and as a genitive. So in subjective case, halat fa'ili, halat mafauli, halat izafat. In all these cases, this pronoun will be mahale rafa, mahale nasab, mahale jar. But the actual word will not be in tanween or harkat. Is it so? The same position is here. Here, munfasil is a separate, detached pronoun and nominative and accusative. In both cases, we'll find that nominative is mahale rafa, accusative is mahale nasab. Not through tanween or harakat. So these are the positions, and from conjugation we further learn the examples. Again, this is zamair. Pronouns are divided into two of the broadly main parts. Two, one is zamirul bariz, another is mustatir. Zamirul mustatir. Bariz is zahir, appear, clear, given. Is it so?
Yeah.
And while mustatir is poshida and kufiya. In English, prominent or overt pronoun, and here latent or covert pronoun. And I gave some of the examples, one of the complete conjugation. And again you may make with zaraba. Daraba means daraba, who he punished, he beated. he beat it. Daraba, he beat it. Daraba, daraba. They beat it, they punished. They beat it. Darabu, they beat it. In plural. So, this is the concept. Now, further look at the examples, and many of the things will be clear from all these 5 kinds of pronoun: Vede, Mutasil and Munfasil. In Mutasil and Munfasil, you will find nominative, accusative, genitive. And in Munfasil, you will find 2. These are the 5 categories. And from examples, we are just going to learn. Look at those examples. Yes, these are the example. 2 of the examples. First, we have taken Zamirul Munfasil. From Munfasil, 2 of the examples that we have taken. And you know, Munfasil has 2 positions, Marfu and Mansub. It has 2 positions, the nominative case and accusative case. Halate Rafa and Halate Nasab. So, this is, as I narrated, this is Mahale Rafa, because Rafa is the position, this one, this single Peshu, single Dhamma, single Rafa or double Rafa, Tanween is called Rafa, and the word which has given this Tanween or Harkat is called Marfu. So, Zamir Munfasil Marfu occupies the place in the starting of a sentence, and it has the subjective or nominative case, and it is Mahale Rafa. Mahale Rafa. So this is the complete conjugation is here, from here up to here, up to here. This is Al-Ghaibu, third person. Third person. Huwa, huma, hum. Here, huma, hunna. Huwa is the male one. Male, masculine, mudhakkar, singular mudhakkar. Yeah, means he. Huma, they. Huma, they. But dual. Dual. 2. In Arabic, after 2 there is plural. You know, plural is after 2. 3 and onwards. So, whom is also they. Here, she and huma, they. Hunna, they. And anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. These are the second person. This is the third person. Third person pronouns. And this one is the second person. Second person pronouns from anta. Anta means you.
Singular one.
Masculine but singular one.
Right.
Masculine, singular one. And antuma, you as well, but dual. 2. And antum, also you, but plural one. Plural. Many. More than 2. More than 2. And this is anti. Anta, anti. Anta, anti. This is muscular and this is feminine. Means muannas. Muannas, you. Antuma is the same. For masculine and feminine, you, dual you. Dual you. And antunna, you, but feminine you, antunna. So in all these you, but difference in Arabic is clear. For every single word has got a different function of this pronoun. Like this, anta, you, masculine singular, antuma, you, muscular dual, antum, you, muscular plural. While anti, you, feminine singular, antuma, you, feminine dual, and antunna, you, plural, feminine plural. Like this, ana, I, and nahnu, we.
First person.
Nahnu and ana. This is mutakallim, first person. These two are the first person pronoun. First person pronoun ana, it means I muscular, I feminine. For both we have the single word ana, whether muscular, whether feminine, male, female, no issue. Nahnu, dual and plural. This is a function. Nahnu has got dual and plural, and this is also muscular and feminine, male, female. So in this connection, it has got various functions in pronouns. It has got various functions. So this is munfasil. All these words of pronouns, different separately they are used. Ana muslimun. Here, ana muslimun
Means I am Muslim.
means I am.
Muslim.
Yes, I'm Muslim. When we say nahnu muslimani,
Or Muslim.
for dual,
Dual.
muslimani. We are Muslims, but we too are the Muslims. And we say for plural, nahnu muslimuna. Nahnu muslimuna. In this connection, huwa talibun, mudakkar. Huwa talibun.
He is student.
Hiya talibatun.
She is student.
Yes, hiya talibatun. Huma, for two. So these are the examples. Munfasil, these words are used separately. That's why detached pronoun. That's why it is detached pronoun. And all these words work as a subject, means at the place of nominative. Nomination. At nominative case these are used. Subjective case these are used. These are mahalan marfu. These are mahalan marfu. Mahalan marfu. Now come to these words. Mansub. This is also munfasil, and you know munfasil is the word which
Is detached.
declares, identifies, which shows that the word is used separately, individually, not jointly, not collectively, not mixed, not fixed, not attached. Is it so? It is separately used. So in this, who, huma hum, ha huma hunna, ka kuma kum, ki kuma kunna, ya na. Again, this is the conjugation with 14 words, and all these. Mansub is the position and in object place. What is the position? Object place. Mansub is the position, accusative case. Mansub is the position at nasab position. Nasab, fatha position. Mansub, nasab position. All these words are used at the place of nasab, not rafa. Rafa comes in the starting, and they are coming at the end of the word. Ending words. So, if I use this separately, the word Iyahu, it is he. It is he. Iyahu. And Iyahuma, it is they. Iyahum, it is they. And Iyaha, it is she. It is she. And Iya, this Iya you may use here because this is mansub and it is not used separately. So na'abudu, a'abudu, I pray, I worship. When I say na'abudu, we worship. And na'abudu ka, this is attached pronoun. This one is attached pronoun na'abudu ka. But when we make it detached, it comes in the starting ka. Now this ka almost single is not used. This iya is used and it has got no meaning. The meaning will be of the same ka, and it is for stress, for emphasizing, emphatic. Iyyaka na'budu, we only worship you. We only worship you. So this is that hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, ya, na, ada, mansub, munfasil, and when it is used iyahu, iyahuma, it is he, it is they, it is they, it is she, again it is they, it is they, it is you, and it is you with all you know up to here. It is I, it is we, it is we, and iya is used with this. Iya. Suppose. So this becomes munfasil. Now come to the mutasil. These are the examples of munfasil. Come to the mutasil. Yes. These are the examples of mutasil. So here again marfu mutasil, zamir marfu mutasil, and the position marfu is the nominative, and mansub accusative, and majroor genitive. As in previous some of the points I declared that these are the five pronouns, five kinds of pronouns, two of the munfasil and three of the mutasil. In munfasil, nominative and accusative come, and in mutasil, nominative, accusative and genitive come. So these are some of the examples. Zamir, marfu, mutasil, daraba. When we say daraba, the means he punished, he beated, daraba, he beated. The huwa zamir is hidden here. And another example, zahaba, I gave you, he went. So in this connection, daraba, they beated, they punished, and darabu, daraba, darabu, darabat, darabata, darabna, darabta, darabtuma, darabtum, darabti, darabtuma, darabtunna, darabtu, darabna. This is the conjugation of marfu mutasil. And here subject which is hidden here, this is mustatir, zamir mustatir, as we declared in as we narrated in previous points. Mustatir is here. So this is mansub mutasil. Daraba, he punished. Who? He punished him. Daraba, he punished, he beated. Who means to whom? Him. Huma, them. And whom? Them. So in this connection, again subject is hidden here, and this is object. Mansub works at the place of object. And this is mutasil with verb. The sentence, subject, verb, object. Subject, verb, object. Darabahu, he beated him, he punished him. So darabahu, darabahuma, darabahum, daraba, darabaha, darabahuma, darabhunna, daraba, darabta, darabtuma, darabtum, darabte, darabtuma, darabtunna, and darabtu, darabna. In this connection, this is the. And some examples with a noun as well, that becomes murakkab izafi. In murakkab izafi, this becomes rabbu murakkab, and what is izafat? Who. This indicates towards the Rabb. This returns towards the Rabb. Rabbuhu, murakkab izafi, mudaf ilayh becomes murakkab izafi. Rabbuhu, his Rabb, his God, his creator. So Rabbuhuma, their God, and Rabbuhum, their God. So in this connection, these are the examples of zamir mansub mutasil. And in the very last, zamir majrur mutasil, it is genitive case. This was the accusative, this was the nominative. And genitive case has also divided into two of the parts, two of the categories. One is with jar, jare. This is particle jar, preposition. And these are the 17 preposition. You know which are they? 17 prepositions. Ba'u, ta'u, kafu, lamu, wow, munzo, muzakla, ruba, hasha, min, ana, ada, fi, an, ala, hata, ila. These are the 17 prepositions. With all these or with some of these where it may be fixed, this who, lahu. La means for him. So for means la means for, and who means him. So in this connection, for him, for them, for two of them, for them, for all of them. Right. In this connection, this is with a preposition, and again this is halate izafat case, genitive case, halate izafat. It comes with a noun. Daru means a house. What is daru? House. A house. Daruhu, his house. Daruhuma, their house. Daruhum, their house. And this is the majrur in two of the categories, and it has got conjugation of 14. You may call all of these conjugation like this. So here we end our class. Hope you will understand from this, and we will take another pronoun in next class, and inshallah in next class it will be demonstrative or relative pronouns from the remaining and all these other kinds of marfa, definite noun, definite noun. So we'll complete soon. And today we end here. Jazakallahu khaira.